description. Again, my voice isn't the best, so I'm going to be very quiet. So make sure to turn up your volume. As you see, I'm already subscribed to this guy. So I'm already subscribed to him. His name is Hoodie Guy. And if we look at his description, it says, I tell you random facts and stories. So let's get into it. We're going to check out his most popular. First, we're going to check out a few of his oldest to see where he came from. My internet's not the best, so yeah, I'm surviving. So here's one of his. Oh, here's what I'm trying to check out his oldest. Okay, this is one of his first videos? Damn.
9 crazy reasons you could be accused as a witch in the 1600s.
Alright,
if you were way too attractive, getting lots of attention, they thought your looks might be used to manipulate people into witchcraft, killing you for it.
Okay.
If you were writing on a piece of paper and someone noticed you...
If you're good looking. So basically, oh my god, she's much prettier than me. Oh, my husband's looking at her. Witch. Okay.
were left-handed, it was believed left-handed people had the devil's hand.
Wait, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, like, that's why there isn't that many left-handed people today, because they were all killed off.
Your life. After an argument with someone, if you mumbled under your breath while walking away, people thought you were cursing them with a spell, executing it.
That kind of makes sense, because people weren't that smart back in the day. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you were too good at cooking and baking, making better tasting food than your neighbors, they thought you used bewitched ingredients to make your food too enjoyable, torturing you to death.
So
if you had a large birthmark, freckles, or moles, you'd be labeled as having the witch's...
So if you were a catch, basically, you were a good person. If you were a good person, like, oh, you're good looking, you can cook, you're better. Witch. We don't. Oh gosh. I think I've seen this. I commented. I said I think my husband's talking to her. I know. I'll say she's in my dream. Witch. I think I've seen this video. People in the 1600s can't answer.
Drowning you alive. If someone saw you in their dream, it was believed the person they saw is a witch using spiritual powers to invade your mind, burning you at the stake. If you were never in a relationship or weren't married, people might think you were overly independent, trying to hide something.
What if you're an introvert? I know lots of introverts. If you're an introvert, okay, so you can't even do anything.
Taking your life. If you loved animals and had a lot of pets, they thought you used them as a vessel to transform into and spread your witchcraft, killing you and your pets. 9 crazy reasons you could be accused as a witch in the 1600s.
See this? She's faster than me. Witch! She has better skills than me. She's a witch. Casually breathes. Witch! Having a parent. I can't believe it. It's a witch. Why would you have a parent anyways? Of course they're gonna say witch. It's a flipping parrot.
I don't think you understand how rare your existence actually is, because you being alive right now is pretty much statistically impossible. To give you perspective, there's been over...
There's 100 million people. So basically, I'm gonna explain it, let him do it. But what I gotta say is, if one ancestor was late to a meeting or had a quick stop, you wouldn't have been born, because you know how many possible DNA samples could have been born instead of you, but you were made. You were actually one of the rarest things in the universe. So yeah.
100 billion people who ever lived on Earth. But this number is nothing compared to how many people could have ever lived. Because if you were to add up all the possible combinations of your DNA, the number would be so astronomically large you couldn't even read it. But somehow, out of nearly infinite versions of your DNA...
Sorry, there's noise. I had to stop it before I ruined my video.
You were born. Not only that, even including thousands of years of all of your ancestors' actions and DNA which led to you existing. If they didn't meet that specific person, make a specific life choice, or even make the tiniest decision ever, you would never exist today, increasing the chances of you being born to an unfathomable number, making your life one of the rarest things in the entire universe.
So that's why don't end your life. It's amazing. Because if you did, don't. Just don't.
Did you know that lemurs consume the world's most lethal toxin just so they can get high? Their first step is finding a millipede, picking it up and biting.
So animals are taking drugs now. What's happened to our society?
into it while flailing it around in their jaws. Because millipedes release a deadly poison known as cyanide, which
Okay.
coats the inside of their mouth.
So if
Spitting out
it's
the millipede, the lemur begins
so
uncontrollably salivating due to the
well, if it has poison and they know that, oh, why the flip would they do that?
toxins. Then using their hands, they
I
catch the
didn't read the
saliva
title. When lemurs get zooted. The flip is zooted.
mixed with cyanide and rub it all over their body. Initially, they do this to repel mosquitoes and bugs, but
Yo,
eventually
give
they
me that.
start
I
enjoying
need that. Mosquitoes like the worst. I hate them, bro. Especially I'm in Africa right now. There are so many. I keep on getting bit.
this process a little too
Yo, I
much,
need that.
becoming addicted to the side effects of cyanide, stuck in a loop doing this process over and over again until they fall into a trance-like state, where they've been seen standing completely frozen in place, zoning out, feeling at peace, ignoring threats, and being less alert, or most of the times just passing out. Did you know that
King
lemurs
drugs.
consume the world's most
Bro, that's not King Julian. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. My dad told me humans are just like animals. They eat, drink, bathe. They even have their own Zaza. What the flip is Zaza? I'm guessing that's a drug. Anyways, King Julian guys, it's not King Julian. Stop it. King Julian been real quiet since this joke. What the fuck? You will ignore that. My God. So you're telling me King Julian was probably on that Zaza for like half an hour, like in the Madagascar movies. I can't move it, move it. No, you guys are actually funny. Oh, I'm getting too caught up. Now we're going to the. Oop, we're going to the popular. I've seen a few of these shorts. All right, first one. Ooh.
the Titanic would
Why the Titanic? Oh my gosh, I can't read today. Why the Titanic was so horrifying. It was horrifying.
It's a lot more horrifying than you thought, and was far worse than what you learned.
I would
But
imagine
why? First off, you would be sleeping when it hit the iceberg, waking up to a loud bang and shake in the middle of the night. And at first, you wouldn't even realize what happened. Most people going back to sleep thinking nothing of it. When only 20 minutes later, you would start to hear commotion in the halls, being told to go to the top deck immediately. Still in your night clothes, thinking it was some kind of drill. At this point, the crew already knew the ship was going down, but you wouldn't even know it yet, only feeling a very slight tilt in the ship. On the top deck, they would try to keep you distracted by playing music while slowly releasing safety boats to prevent panic, where only women and children could escape first. But as time moved on, the tilting grew much worse, where people on the bottom deck would start to see water flowing through the halls and rooms, standing in a large crowd for over an hour waiting to hopefully get a lifeboat. But as the clock neared around 2 a.m., a slow realization would take place that there's not enough safety boats for everyone. At this point, the entire ship would go into a full panic, needing to fight against the crowd to try to get onto the last few boats. Within the panic, the
I did hear that in the Titanic, only kids and women could go fast. Cause I know a bunch of men were like, oh, I remember this. A bunch of men were like pushing women and kids out the way. I feel like a few kids were chucked out the ship. I don't know why. That's just my thoughts. I feel like a few kids were just chucked out. Like they just grabbed them. I'll try to give you a cam. See it? They just grabbed them and like chucked them out. Oop, turn off. You guys got a skin color reveal and a hand reveal.
would tilt even more, causing the power to go out, which would be pitch black since there was no moonlight on that day. At around 2:18, the tilt would become so extreme it would eventually cause the ship to snap in half. Many people flying off or being hit by debris, and if you somehow stayed on the ship, it was now rapidly sinking, where your only choice was to either dive into the pitch black 28 degrees water trying to find the lifeboat, or stay on the ship slowly being lowered into the water, freezing to death. The Titanic was a lot more horrifying than you thought, and was far worse than what you learned. But why?
Fact. The Titanic. Let me move this out the way. The Titanic should have had enough lifeboats for everyone, but instead they removed them so the higher class could have more space. Oh my gosh. Edit. Sorry, I said fun fact. Sorry, I said fun fact. I changed it just to put in the people so they keep saying the Titanic would have enough time. Y'all are hating. Y'all are hating on this. Oh gosh, people are just saying false. Titanic killed 2,000. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not reading all this. The fact, okay, people are telling facts, I'm not reading the comments.
These are 4 animals with the most depressing lives. First is a cicada. You hatch from an
I
egg,
know
fall
this
into
one.
the dirt, and dig straight down. With no
Yeah,
wings
they're
or
actually so
eyes, you wait
boring.
underground for 13 to 17 years doing nothing but eating and growing. And after all of this waiting, they dig to the surface, live for about 3 weeks, and die. Next is the immortal jellyfish. You aimlessly float around the ocean, and when you
Immortal?
get sick, injured, or old, you don't die. Instead, you sink to the bottom of the ocean, turn into a blob, and reset back into a baby, stuck in an infinite loop of doing nothing, where it only ends if you get mangled alive by a
Yeah, I feel
fish
like
or
I feel
crab.
so
But even
bad.
worse is a
Oop, I feel so bad for like sea animals because, especially the ones that live in the like deep ocean. Because all you see is pitch black and maybe some of those animals with a light on them. Like all you really do is swimming around trying to find food and not trying to get eaten. That's the most boring life ever. Sometimes you have to be grateful you're a human and not an animal. Oh, fun fact, if you didn't know, the only reasons animals were created was for food. So God made that because so food can have humans. Not food can have humans. So humans can have food. But still, you have to be lucky you're not food and you're a human being.
male redback spider, where your only purpose in life is to sacrifice yourself. As female redbacks are 8 times bigger than the males, and during mating, they only breed for a few seconds, then diving into the female's mouth and getting brutally eaten alive to help fertilize her eggs. Then lastly, the Greenland shark. You're born in total darkness and freezing cold Arctic water.
Exactly,
And
you
only
can't see anything and you're just like freezing.
swim slower than humans walk, where your daily routine is swimming alone in the dark, eating remains of dead animals, and eventually going blind from parasites in your eyes. Doing this again and again for a lifespan of over 400 years.
Damn!
These are 4 animals with the most depressing lives. First is a cicada. You hatch from an egg, fall
It's actually my first video where active shorts. 13 to 17 years just to spend 1% of it. 1% of it free actually is, oh my gosh, my English is just off today. 13 to 17 years just to spend less than 1% of it actually free is crazy. Yeah, people are just talking about that. Fun fact, male spiders, to avoid getting eaten, they bring the females a dead fly wrapped in silk, just like a present box. So while the female is busy opening it, the male does the mating ritual and run off to buy milk, never to be seen again. That's actually quite a cool fact. Hey mom, where's dad? I just ate him. Yeah. Mom, where's dad? I ate him. Damn, 12 minutes.
What would happen if all humans disappeared from Earth? In the first 24
baby
hours,
dead.
lights all around the world would start to
That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all skip that video because I've already seen it.
These are 4 animals you didn't know were best friends. First, ravens and wolves work together to
Bro,
hunt, where
wolves are
ravens
so
will fly
pretty.
around looking for prey. Then
Because of my religion, I can't have dogs. But wolves just like have such a like pretty.
flying back to the wolves, getting their attention, and leading them to the animal they saw, waiting for the kill and sharing the meal. Next, hermit crabs and an enemy basically team up together to survive. Since an enemy can't move fast, the crab will pick it up and equip it on its shell. The anemone helps defend the crab with its stinging tentacles, while the crab gives it much faster transportation and also shares scraps of its food every time it eats. Next, coyotes and badgers hunt together. Since coyotes are better at covering ground and badgers are better underground, the coyote will chase the prey on land, and if it goes under, the badger will take over, leaving the prey with no options or ways to escape, sharing their meal. Finally, humans and wild dolphins in Brazil work together to catch fish. The dolphins will find a school of fish and herd them towards the fishermen. When the fish are close, the dolphin will slap the water with its tail, signaling the fishermen to cast the net, causing the fish to scatter and get disorientated so it's easier for the dolphins to catch, rewarding both of them. These are 4 animals you didn't know were best friends. First, ravens and wolves.
They're teaming, bro. Alright, Julian, chill, Julian. Nice. What the flip is your name? Okay. Ron underscore the piglin underscore. Okay, Ron underscore the underscore piglin underscore Bert dot. The flip. Nice to see humans somewhere are still working with wild animals. I wouldn't call a dolphin wild. Also, tarantulas and frogs. The frog protects the tarantula eggs while the tarantula protects and feeds the frog. Oh, cool.
How did this
This
farmer
might be a
become
short
the
video.
most feared sniper in history,
Why is
and
he
earned the
having a mask on?
nickname White Death after slaying hundreds of people. It all started during the Winter War in 1939, where a soon-to-be deadly man named Simo served as a sniper for the Finnish army. But he wasn't like the rest of the snipers, and was so good at hiding, he literally caused paranoia in the entire Soviet army. But how?
Damn.
First off, he never
This is
stayed in
America?
place or in a sniper nest. Instead, he lurked in the forest by himself, burrowing himself under the snow in a white camouflage suit, making him practically invisible. And every time he took out a few targets, he would move. He would also snipe without a scope, preventing glints, and was an experienced hunter, knowing all the best spots. Becoming such a threat, the Soviets began sending
How does farming tell you all the good spots? Farming tells you all the good spots to plant crops. Maybe since you're with nature. Goodness, my neck's killing me. Maybe since you're in nature, you know all the good spots to hide and where you blend in and where they would see you. Maybe he has animals and they try to hide from them. I don't know.
Fire artillery barrages near random areas in the woods, hoping to hit him, and even had an entire sniper force specifically looking for him. But they still had no luck, continuing to take out hundreds of more soldiers, making the Soviets no luck.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you're walking this way, you should see a white thing. He's not the same shade of white, not gonna lie. You guys literally walked past him. You guys walked past him. Oh my god, my pen. You guys see the circle of the pen? Right here, look in the black. There, it's hard to see because of the white. No way, the shade of white does not fit with this white. These two whites do not fit. Like, look, if they walk past him, they will see the brown and him there with a gun. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
Had no luck, continuing to take out hundreds of more soldiers, making the Soviets terrified of the woods. Until one day, a Soviet finally spotted him, taking an explosive round to the jaw, being pulled out of the war, and somehow still making a full recovery, with a total of 500 confirmed fatalities. How did this farmer become the most feared sniper? These are the terrifying steps you would face if you got chosen to fight in the Colosseum. First, Roman guards would break down your door and pull you out of your home. If you couldn't pay your debt, were a criminal, or even a slave, you could get chosen at any random moment. Next, they would shackle you up and drag you through the streets, scraping your entire body as they made their way towards the Colosseum. But it gets more brutal. They'll then march around with your body through crowded streets as an example, letting people spit or hit you as they dragged you everywhere. And eventually,
I'm sorry. Why the hell are you spitting on me? No, I'm gonna ask the gods, can I go in the Colosseum with that person? I'm sorry. You're not doing that. What the hell are you spitting on me for? It's none of your business. What happens to survive, huh? I'm coming straight for you.
eventually, you would be taken underneath the Colosseum, pulling you through a dark hallway into a holding cell with nothing in it except a cold floor, forcing you to stay in the cell for multiple days or even weeks as they decided your fate and advertised your upcoming fight. And it was nearly impossible for you to sleep, hearing the crowd chanting all day and people dying directly above your head. Even at night, you would hear wild animals as they kept them in the same room as prisoners. Next, after all this waiting, on a random day, they'll suddenly unlock your door and pull you out. You're now about to discover your fate. If they gave you weapons and armor, you could possibly be a gladiator, fighting other prisoners, having the best chance at survival. But if they handed you a dull wooden sword or a towel, your life was already over, facing the punishment called dominatio ad bestias, being thrown into one final small pitch-black cell, hearing the crowd roaring around you, praying to fight something easy, eventually opening the door in front of you, walking out and seeing a crowd of over 50,000 people cheering for your death. And in a moment of truth, the Roman guards...
This is how wrestling came. Instead of fighting to the death, they fighting dying near to the death. Like, goodness, some people actually die from wrestling. So this is how it came. I feel like it's so weird that a lot of people enjoy watching people's pain and suffering. But now it's better because then you can volunteer. It's not forcing me. But still, why would you want to put your life on the line?
Will raise a small platform within the Colosseum, being met with whatever animal you have to face, which they specifically starved and agitated. You could try to fight back, but the best thing you could do is accept your fate. These are the terrifying steps you would face if you got chosen to fight.
Hey, back off! This is my kill!
You would have killed it.
You're not getting
This
is my kill!
You would have killed that poop if it wasn't for me. I can't say the S word, so I'm saying poop.
You're not getting
Damn.
Oh, come on, man. You
Yeah,
gotta
give
give
me a
him
piece of
something.
meat.
I'm starving, dude. I don't care.
So is he.
sniffed it out for you and even bit it a few
I
times.
said I don't care.
Oh, that's so cute. Now, this is a flipping picture dog.
All right, fine. This is all you're getting. Oh my God! Now there's 3 of them. What do you want me to do now?
Dude, they could help you.
No, they can't.
Yes, they
Goodness,
can.
stop spitting
I'm
on
not
me.
lying. They could help you kill that thing right over there.
Wait, they can help me hunt those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, I have a
I
deal.
would love to have
if
a
you
dog.
help me kill,
I would love to have a dog, but unfortunately my religion stops me from having a dog because their saliva in my religion is not good. Never know what a dog's mouth is. But I have a cat. I have 2 cats actually. Since cats are one of the cleanest animals in the world, I mean, we might as well.
That thing over there. I'll give you
The
some of
hand
my
is freaking
meat.
killing me.
say less. All right, bet.
Do you speak English? Yeah. Yeah. Friend me. Yeah.
Hey, back up! This is
I
my
wanna hear
kill.
the song more. You got a friend in
You're
me.
not getting
Woody, bro.
shit.
I bet.
Oh, come on, man. You gotta give him something.
I'm starving, dude.
Dogs
I don't care.
actually evolve
So is
special
he.
facial muscles to help them make puppy eyes. Because looking
said I don't
humans once they
care.
got more food and attention. Oh my god.
Oh,
Danny
all right,
plays
fine. This is all you're
YT1.
getting.
Say less, I bet. Dap up equals
Oh my
history.
God! Now there's 3 of them. What do you want me to do now?
Dog is
Dude,
that's
they
not
could
nice,
help you.
But I
No, they
feel
can't.
bad for like.
Yes, they can.
That's cap.
I'm not lying.
I mean,
They
this
can help
is-
you kill that thing.
God's goodness sake. And that's the phrase, a dog is a man that's turned for. What about the countless of years of war? A flipping horse dead. What about him? Because a cat's mine as friend. I'm guessing for one, but hey, you roll your way. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoy. I've already posted like 2 videos that's uploading right now as we speak. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure to subscribe. As soon as we hit 100 subscribers, I'll do a face reveal. So please subscribe.